We have to start looking at these things as being a way of life. So yes, I'm not a Muslim, but I am. When I say I am, I mean by the way that I submit myself to the black woman. When we say we submit ourselves to the Creator or to Allah, Allah is a male attribute. I don't submit myself to man. I didn't come from a man. I came from a woman. I can't respect a man and say that I come from a man. I submit myself. I can't do that. I'm sorry. You get what I'm saying? So when I say I'm a Muslim in that I submit myself or I bow myself or genuflect to the black woman. That's who I know. That's who I came out of. That's who breastfed me. That's who taught me. No matter what she went through, no matter the situation that she dealt with, she's still a black woman. I understand the situation that surrounds my mother. I don't care what she do, but she's gonna always be my creator. Why? Because she gave birth to me. So I'm a Muslim in that I submit myself to the black woman. I hope that I answered your question. Well, it goes beyond that. It goes beyond that. It ain't just a way of life. Yeah, go ahead. Right. Good question. Well, the thing is this right here. We're going to continue to be attacked as long as we are not in the jurisdiction of knowing who we are and what we are. Because the thing is this right here. When you say that, just like you have seasons, you have fall, you have winter, you have spring, you have summer. All of them come at a specific time for a specific reason. You have one that come to detox. You have one that come to get rid of so-called diseases, and etc. So the thing is, even though when I talk about bringing the polar bear from its environment to another environment that's not conducive to its DNA, what I'm saying is this right here. I'm saying that as black people, we would navigate 5,000 years ago all over the earth at a specific time of the year to build certain civilizations and energy centers that's still among us today. Just like black women. 5,000 years ago, in the Bartholin gland of black women, they didn't need a male to reproduce. Because inside of the Bartholin gland, she had her own sperm, which would travel up to the womb, and she would be able to produce at certain areas of the universe. So a woman back 5,000 years ago in the summertime, she can go to the so-called Western world and be there for about 6 months and become impregnated because that part of the universe is feeding certain chemicals to her body that she needs to be able to reproduce a child. So she didn't need a man at that time. This is why today you have anthropologists finding bones of just black women. Because that's what the universe is. They are discovering, They are discovering. No, you good. Go ahead. Right. 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 Okay. Thank you, Queen. And like I said, go ahead, brother. Hold on just a second. All right, go ahead, Queen. And then, brother, you come in. Hold your question, brother. Go ahead, Queen. Well. Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Well, this is the thing here. Right. Right. The thing is this right here. When it comes to genetics, we have to understand that science don't lie. And to all you conscious brothers who listen and saying, well, you using pseudoscience and the white man science. Well, if y'all agreed that we taught them the sciences, how the hell could it be theirs if we taught it to them? So I just want to clarify that. But the thing is this right here. As far as genetics, you can get the recessive from the dominant, but you cannot get the dominant from the recessive. So the thing is this right here. When you study in Genesis, for an example, and you see that Adam and Eve, they say, are the first people, which they teach you in the school of theology. They say Adam and Eve were the first people. But how could Adam and Eve be the first people in Genesis? And they say that that's 6,000 years old when you have bones that they found in Africa, again, over 3.2 million years old. But I can say that Adam and Eve were the first people. Now, when you look at the word Genesis and you take the word SIS off the word Genesis, the word becomes what? Gene. And a gene is something that you use to identify a particular characteristic of a person or a thing. Now, when you study in white people, you have to understand that the genomes or the physiology or the biochemical structure is that of sulfur. They are sulfur-based beings. Black people are carbon-based beings, meaning that we have better communication with the universe. And because anybody that's lighter than us, as far as the Europeans who have weak bones and pale skin, they have a negative communication. Anytime the universe have a negative communication, it says that you're not natural to the universe. So when you study in white people, you have to understand that they cannot give birth to nothing other than themselves. So yes, black people were first. Why? Because we give birth to every color spectrum. We give birth to yellow, we give birth to brown, we give birth to black, we give birth to white. Albinos with blonde hair and blue eyes. You get what I'm saying? So the thing is, when you're saying who were the first, we have to study genetics, because genetics helps us to, even when you're studying the marker of white people, you have to understand that the marker is very identical to the rhesus monkey or the troglodyte nigger. The troglodyte nigger is a primate that has the same, almost 95% of the same physiology as the European. And I'm not saying that to be racist, because I did not create racism. This is a scientific fact. When you study in the genomes of these certain primates and then you compare it or have it in comparison to the European, it's very identical. It speaks for itself. Even today, you can go to Georgia State and they're still born with tails. I'm not saying that to down them. I'm just speaking the truth. I want to give it straight. Black people are the original people of the earth. Why? Because when you look up into the universe, you are looking at dark matter, and the dark matter is melanin, which we consume, or which we consist of in our body, which is produced inside of the pineal gland, which is the Christos or the Christ, in which they say in the Christianity, in which in Revelations, again, they talk about the 666, 6 electrons, 6 protons, and 6 neutrons. Not to say that white people don't have melanin, but they only have a common type of melanin, which is the pheomelanin. We have neuromelanin, we have uromelanin, and we have pheomelanin. I'm going to spell it for you so y'all can go back and do your research. Uromelanin is EUMELANIN. Neuromelanin is NEUROMELANIN. Pheomelanin is PHEUMELANIN. We consist of all three. They consist of one. Why all three? Because Christ rose on what? The third day. Our third eye is Christ. It rises what? On the third day. The brain has 12 systems. The 12 systems are the 12 disciples that follows the Christ, which is the Christos, which is the third eye, which produces the melanin, which is the life. So, yes, we are dominant, and not to say it in a disrespectful way, but I don't apologize for being dominant. But with all due respect, scientifically speaking, we are the first people. We are the oldest people. And it is proven even through the traditions of the Pope. They go down into their catacombs every December the 21st and they worship the Black Madonna, which is the black woman. And we don't know that because they got us focusing on a fat, white, jolly Santa Claus that has nothing to do with Jesus Christ. And this is why I don't follow religions. Because religion tell you to do one thing and it'll help you to justify the shit that you're doing, or to tell you not to do even when you do it. So when it tells you to not, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, let me give you another analysis. Whenever your hair drop down to the ground, let me give you another analysis. Whenever your hair drop down to the ground, that says that the non-etheric energy that's being displayed from the universe is not having any type of communication with your antennas. But when your hair is nappy and it is pulled toward the sun, that means that you are actually unconsciously or subconsciously having a form of communication with the universe. This is where Samson come from in the Bible. When she cut his hair off, he became weak. You get what I'm saying? So your hair has a lot to do with it. So when you study a nappy hair is a hair that has a dominant antenna. And our dominant antenna, even when you studying the rhythm of the sun, the wavelength and the form of the energy in which the sun travels is in a nappy form. It travels in a nappy form. So even the sun has kinky hair. It has nappy hair. Not hair, but electricity. It has nappy energy. Energy travels, and when I'm talking about nappy energy, I'm talking about it's in the form of a pyramid. That's why when you go into the hospital and you hooked up to an EKG, if your line is straight, that means you're on a dead level. White people's hair and anybody other people's hair is straight. They're on a dead level with the universe. But when you see the EKG traveling, the line traveling on a pyramidal form, that means that you're still alive. So we are alive beings. Why? Because we have soul, we have rhythm. So the thing is, this is what makes us spiritual people. We're not saying this to down or to solidify or to suppress the esteem of certain cultures, but we are saying this because this is a natural fact. And for hundreds of years, our people have been beaten down, robbed, and raped of a knowledge of themselves. Not only that, but of their own spirituality and handed religion. So when the white man came, they handed us religion, and now they got the land. You get what I'm saying? So, we are dominant. We are more dominant than those who claim to be the majorities of the world. You even have Hispanics who look down. Right. 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 You're welcome, Queen. Anybody else have a question? Go ahead. Right. Right. Mm-hmm.